Hello, good evening, friends. I hope you and your family are safe and well. Last lectures we have discussed about the place of supply, section 10, section 11, and section 12 of the IGST Act. We have studied and we have discussed the various kinds of examples related to the place of supply. A place of supply is essential part under GST. It is a fundamental concept of the GST. Now one more fundamental concept is there that we are going to learn in this particular lecture. New concept is there, that is a time of supply. Now time of supply, this particular concept that we are going to learn. Before starting the rules and the conditions and sections, we will discuss why it is required, what are the importance of the time of supply under GST that we are going to learn. Now friends, whenever we will talk about the taxes, GST, dealer paid taxes, dealer maybe manufacturer, maybe wholesaler, retailer, and this product GST paid by the dealer, so it is a liability. Now when this particular liability dealer has to pay to the government, and this particular point, or we can say that point means the date, in that particular date or particular day we have to pay the GST when the dealer pay the GST. Now why this happened, why we are asking the time, why we are asking the date? Because of the various kinds of questions in the mind. So at which of this point of the time will GST become payable? This question will arise whenever we will talk about will it become payable when an agreement to supply of goods, whenever the supplier and recipient both take agreement, both made the agreement. Now at the time of agreement, whether government asks to pay the GST, or service is made, or when the goods are shifted, when we have to pay the GST. Services are provided at the time of provide of the services. When the invoice is issued, we have to pay the GST whether invoice issued or when the payment is made. What if the goods are shifted over a period of time? What if the services is provided over a period of time? Now this a particular question is there. When dealer has to pay the GST, what is the point of time, or what is the time of supply? We have to find out, and for that purpose this particular section is very important, and under this particular section we will study time of supply. Now these provisions relating to the supply of goods as contained in the section 12 are summarized in particular specific diagram, and we will discuss the time of supply of goods. Section 12 related to the time of supply of goods, not a service. We will discuss service related provisions and sections in next video, but today we will discuss only time of supply of goods, section 12. Now let us discuss Now here supply of goods, whenever the supply of goods, we will decide at the date. Now there are various kinds of conditions are there. First condition we will discuss, time of supply of goods under forward charges. Time of supply of goods. Now we will think about the, whenever the goods are supplied under forward charges, these three dates will occur: date of issue or date of due, date of issue of tax invoice under section 31. It means date of issue or date of issue of tax invoice, or date of recording the payment in the books of accounts of the supplier. Supplier means dealer, wholesaler, retailer, manufacturer. They recording the payments in the books, to which they recorded the date of recording the payment, or date on which the payment is credited in the bank of supplier. Recipient paid by check. So when the goods, this particular payment credited in the account of supplier, that day we will pay the taxes to the government, we will pay the GST. So these three dates are there. We have to consider which date is suitable for payment of GST to the government. The answer is whichever is earlier from these three dates: date of issue, date of recording the payments in the books of accounts, and date of payment in is credited in the books of account. Whichever is earlier date we have to consider as a time of supply. Now next is time of supply of goods under reverse charge. Reverse charge means whenever the goods are imported, recipient has a right to pay the taxes, GST. It means recipient is responsible for payment of GST under reverse charge. It means supplier is not responsible under reverse charge for payment of GST. Recipient is responsible for payment of the GST. Now you know that whenever the goods imported from outside country, that time recipient is responsible for payment of GST. Now when he has to pay the taxes, when he has to pay the GST, again four dates are there: date of receipt of the goods, date of record of payment in the books of accounts of the recipient of the goods, or date on which the payment is debited in the books of the recipient of the goods, or 31st day from the supply of invoice. It means whenever they issue the invoice, after the 30 days are over and 31st day, that particular date, and date of payment is debited, or date of payment is recorded in the books, or date of receipt of the goods, whichever is earlier date will be considered as a time of supply for reverse charge. Then after that, time of supply of voucher exchangeable for goods. Voucher exchangeable for goods. Sometime if you want to buy in any particular goods, or if you go to the mall, or if you take any particular goods, they will give the free vouchers, free gift vouchers. Sometime if you go for movies, that time you will redeem the certain points, and such facilities are available in various malls, sometime movie theaters. So whenever the vouchers are exchangeable for the goods, that time what will be the time of supply? Suppose if you take AC, air conditioner, from any particular mall, they will give 5,000 rupees gift voucher with AC. gift voucher is used for purchase of the further goods. You can use for the purchase of the further goods, and whenever you purchase any other goods, that time this 5,000 voucher you have to give that particular supplier, and they will give the discount of the 5,000. Sometimes they will give the voucher of the any particular movie. You can go there and free submit this particular voucher, you will get the free ticket of movie. The such type of goods are actionable. That time what will be the time of supply, the date of issue of vouchers, if the supply is identifiable at that point, or date of redemption of the vouchers in the other cases, whichever is earlier. So friends, the time of supply of goods, whenever the goods forward contract, forward charges are there, that time date of issue or due date of issue of tax invoice, then date of recording of payment in the books of accounts of the supplier, or date of payment is created in the books of supplier, in the banks of the supplier, whichever is earlier for forward charge. For reverse charge, date of receipt of the goods, date of record of the payment in the books of accounts of the recipient of the goods, or date of the payment of the debited in the bank of recipient of the goods, or 31st day from the supplier's invoice, whichever is earlier. For voucher exchangeable for goods, that time of supply will be whichever is earlier of date of issue of vouchers, if the supply is identifiable at that point, or date of redemption of the vouchers in the other cases, whichever is earlier. So friends, I hope you understood. Now examples we will take afterwards, but what you have to do, you have to start writing the notes, time of supply, and this particular content which are related to the time of supply of goods. Without writing you cannot understand. Writing work is very important. So first of all, you have to see all the slides. Hardly 2-3 slides are there. You have to write in the notebook. You have to write the section 12, and 3 categories are there: forward charges, then reverse charge, and vouchers actionable. So these 3 things are there in time of supply of goods. We will discuss in our next lecture examples of time of supply of goods. Then after that we will discuss section 13, which are related to the time of supply of services, and with the proper examples. I hope you understood these things. Okay, bye. Thank you.